Hi, I'm Jason, and this is the Culture Breakdown. Right now, we're a few months away from the theatrical release of the new MCU movie, The Marvels, and Disney must be in panic mode right now because they're making desperate moves in order to try to salvage this movie. I mean, just comes after a string of box office bombs that have been hitting them one after another, and now you got the writer's strike and the actor's strike kind of setting back productions for the other things. So this is the only thing that comes out now, and it's looking like it's going to be terrible, at least if early indicators are to be believed. But Marvel Studios has announced its historic ABC debut for MCU show. And what is that show? That's right, it's Miss Marvel. They're bringing Miss Marvel from the Disney Plus platform to cable TV. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that no one actually watched this show when it came out. And if you look at the viewership data from this, during the first 5 days of the premiere episode of this, you had about 775,000 US households actually watched it. And if you compare that to other Disney Plus MCU shows that came out at the time, like WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, Hawkeye, and Moon Knight, it doesn't even compare. I mean, these numbers are just abysmal compared to this. Yeah, granted, What If was lower, but I mean, that was something that's like, it's almost like a side project. And even then, that was only the first day audience rating. It wasn't for the whole 5 days at like these other ones. So take with that what you will. I know the excuses were being come out for this. Like a lot of people were saying like, oh, it's review bombing, it's racism, because those are their tried and true, or not necessarily true, but those are their tried methods that they always fall back on. But then you see other excuses like, oh, it was competing with Obi-Wan. Yeah, in a video on demand platform like Disney Plus, you don't have time slots where you have one show taking the audience from another show. So saying Obi-Wan came out at the same time is just a bad excuse. And another excuses were like, oh, well, she's an unknown character. Well, so was Moon Knight. That was an unknown character too, at least for the MCU. And even then that did better. The reason this show didn't do too good is because no one actually likes the character. I mean, that's why the comic books keep dying and having to be revived. I mean, they just killed her off again and just to revive her again, with this time the actress playing Kamala Khan actually being the writer for this, which is obviously a publicity stunt. But even then, no one cares for this character. The MCU had their target audience, and right now they were trying to shift their target audience and trying to draw in more tween girls. So they create this character and no one actually cares for her, and it didn't work. That's as a result, no one watched this show. And then you combine that with Disney Plus losing subscribers. They're trying to find a way to try to get some money out of the properties that they produce for this. And the only other thing they can do is like, well, let's put it on cable TV and see what we can get out of this. And it's really just an obvious desperate measure to recoup some money, because they don't have anything coming out in the near future, at least. Well, scratch that. They have stuff coming out like the Marvels, the things that they've already had like in the can and wrapped. But with the writer's strike and the actor's strike going on now, everything is getting pushed back months at the very minimum. And they've already pushed things back about a year or so because of the writer's strike, and things are probably going to be pushed back even more. Wait for announcements on that coming soon. And then you combine that with all the box office bombs that they've been experiencing. I mean, this is a bad state for Disney right now. And this is what they have to rely on: the Marvels, a character that is either unpopular or they're unknown. So it's not looking good for them. I'm actually curious what the box office is going to be for this, because I'm expecting it to be pretty bad. And then the latest Marvel thing that came out, Secret Invasion, is already doing terrible. And I think that actually surpassed Miss Marvel as far as the lowest viewership for an MCU show. Don't quote me on that. I have to double check it, but I think that actually is worse than that. So let me know what you think about all this in the comments, because it's obviously Disney is scared right now and panicking with all this going on. And I'm just here to watch it fail, because they haven't really done anything to endear themselves to me or pretty much any of the audience. I mean, they've made it clear we had this target audience. We don't want them anymore. We want a different target audience. Well, that new target audience that you're trying to get, apparently they don't exist, or they're so small that it doesn't even matter. So maybe you should try to rewind time and go back to where you had it and do that from now on. But let me know what you think about all this. And if you like this video, make sure you click the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with the latest news. Thank you.